What's going on, champs and champettes? It's Fire Monkey here, your favorite Santa-themed content creator, and you may be wondering, what is going on? The thumbnails and titles are just so vague, they're so weird, yet so clickable. And in reality, I'm not clickbaiting you guys, I'm simply having some fun. Honestly, I thought just putting my face and plastering it on a thumbnail, putting a border on it, might just be a little bit of just some meme-y nonsense to post here, because obviously these videos are not targeted to go in some algorithm and start showing up being like, click here right now to figure out how to get free blue teeth. Not clickbait. No, the whole point of this channel is just for me to ramble on about stuff I want to talk about, and that's why I don't really care if the thumbnail's kind of super vague or title's vague, or if the title and thumbnail are exactly what I talk about in the video, such as what I kind of am going to be talking about in this video. So without further ado, what is it that I am talking about? Well, if you follow my Twitter account, which if you haven't already, consider following it. I'm Fire Monkey on Twitter, and the thing is, I've been tweeting about Bluetooth, and I mean my computer's Bluetooth. For those who don't know, I have this controller which I basically dedicate to data mining Fortnite, and by that what I mean is like, whenever a new update comes out, in order to showcase the cosmetics in the locker early, I use this so that I can just like smoothly scroll and spin the character around, instead of using a mouse and being like zzz, every 3 seconds trying to spin the character and then it going all off the screen. So in reality, I like doing stuff with the controller. I mean, I've even been playing some of my emulated games with the controller, such as Animal Crossing, because honestly, emulating a GameCube and emulating a Switch, there's no way you can really play that with the keyboard. If you manage to play those type of games with a keyboard, I salute you. You have my respect, man. But one thing I've been wanting to do is I bought a Wi-Fi card that has Bluetooth capability, Bluetooth 5.0 capability exactly, because I wanted to use Bluetooth. And a little bit of a story is my old computer, the one before this one, that I basically killed, I exterminated on accident, used to have Bluetooth capability. I even changed the color of one of my Joy-Cons internally that the Switch detects it as a long time ago, and then when I factory reset it one time, Bluetooth just went poof. No more Bluetooth, nothing at all happened really there, and I couldn't figure out why, so I'm over here looking around trying to solve it. I contacted someone who I purchased the Wi-Fi card from. The company sends me another Wi-Fi card, and it's actually a worse one than the one I had in my computer originally. So I had a long period of time where I didn't have Bluetooth, I couldn't figure out what was going on, I had the drivers installed, I reinstalled the drivers like 50 times, I even installed shady drivers that were supposed to be Bluetooth, but, you know, no solution. So once I got this computer, which has a 3070 in it and an i9-10900K, I think, I wanted Bluetooth again, because while, you know, I'm fine with having a wire, I'm fine with, you know, just connecting it, because my computer is right here to the left of me, it's not that big of a deal, I'm just going to sit here, you know, wires hanging out, but I would have loved to just have free range, so I wouldn't have to feel like I have this wire just tasseling down my arm or anything. So I bought a Wi-Fi card that has, it's a super high-tech Wi-Fi card, it even has a little magnetic piece for the antennas that you have to like put on something magnetic so that it sticks there, and it was just something that I've never really seen before from a Wi-Fi card, and I install it, no Bluetooth. I'm sitting there, I'm like, what is going on? So, you know, I didn't really care about it. I just was like, screw it, it's probably my motherboard. Until I started emulating again, especially emulating Animal Crossing on the Switch. Once I started emulating Animal Crossing on the Switch, I started thinking again about, man, it would be so much better if I could just, you know, Bluetooth this and just have it wherever and still be able to actually enjoy the game. So I started looking into it again. I started installing drivers. I started updating drivers I didn't even know my motherboard needed. So I actually added a lot of drivers my computer was missing to my computer in hopes of getting Bluetooth back. And it got to the point where I'm sitting there, I'm like, man, I'm going to do my last ditch effort. I'm going to go to the tech support Reddit. Actually, no, I went to the PC Master Race Reddit because I heard that there's better tech support on that Reddit than the official tech support Reddit account or Reddit page, whatever you call it. And I went there and I explained my issue. I told them the baseline stuff, such as my Wi-Fi card, my CPU, GPU, motherboard, all of this information. And, you know, someone was just like, I don't know, maybe you have a crappy Wi-Fi. Maybe you have a crappy Wi-Fi card. You might have to get a new one. And then there was a second comment, and the comment was like, hey, this might sound kind of stupid, but, did you plug in the Bluetooth cord into the motherboard? And I'm like, Bluetooth cord? it didn't come with a Bluetooth cord. So I looked it up. I looked up the official Amazon listing from the same one I ordered it from, and I watched their little video, and I noticed they had a cord that you plugged into the motherboard. So I'm like, oh my god, I probably threw the box away. The box is probably in Afghanistan in some landfill or something right now. There's no way I'm going to get my Bluetooth anymore. My Bluetooth dreams are dead. I could probably buy another Wi-Fi card, the exact same one, or I could contact the company and be like, hey, I'm an idiot and I forgot that Bluetooth was actually a wire. Can you guys send me a new Bluetooth wire, or at least some blue teeth? Either one works. And so I managed to look around. I start sleuthing around because I have a lot of boxes in my room from purchasing things just to kind of renovate the space, and I usually throw those boxes away. So I found the box and I'm like, oh, thank God. I opened up the box, and lo and behold, sitting right in front of me is the actual Bluetooth cord itself that you have to plug into the Wi-Fi card and then plug into your motherboard. So I'm like, why? Why is this my life? I went months thinking I was just missing a driver or something, or that my PC was just glitching. I thought it would maybe have been a Windows 11 issue, because I am using Windows 11 still to this day, and they are still updating it. There's some crashing issues, such as when you click the time, sometimes it just completely crashes the taskbar. And I'm like, why does the issue have to be that I didn't notice that there was a wire that you could plug into the Wi-Fi card? And it's not entirely my fault. You see, the way the box was designed, there was a bigger piece, like the magnetic piece that you attach to the Wi-Fi card, that was above the wire. So I was like, oh, hey, alright, this works. And I didn't think much of it. So, unplugged my PC, turned it off, let it sit for a few minutes, make sure to ground myself so I don't basically break anything on my PC. And I open it up, I look on the side of the Wi-Fi card. What'd you notice? There's this one little part where you can plug a wire into. So I'm like, is this the Bluetooth wire? Plug it into the Wi-Fi card, plug it into the computer, put everything back, plug all my wires back in, which I've had to do twice in the past 2 days because one of my upgrades was more storage so I could play more video games and not have to keep, like deleting, reinstalling new games and old games or whatever. And it just so happens that I turn my computer on, type, I click in the bottom right to see where my Wi-Fi connection is, and I see a new icon, Bluetooth. Bluetooth was now working on my computer. So I'm like, this was my issue? The one thing that, it's extra salt in the wound that the Reddit person was like, hey, this might be a dumb question, but why does the dumb question have to be what I did? Why does the dumbest thing have to be the thing that I did, and that would be the solution to all of life's problems, all of life's mysteries and everything? Like, I thought it might have been, a driver or something that actually makes sense because, things become out of date, things get updates all the time. I mean, hell, I have an NVIDIA GeForce driver update right now that's supposed to add support for Red Dead Redemption 2 or something, and I'm going to install that after I edit and upload today's video. But yeah, I had the chronicles of just dealing with Bluetooth issues for the longest time, and now I can use my Xbox One custom controller, which I didn't engrave or anything, sadly, to play emulated games, to play normal games in general. I'll probably end up playing some Celeste, so if you see some background footage of that, I hope you enjoy that. But let this be a life lesson to you guys. If your Bluetooth doesn't work, check for the wire. I don't think this really applies to everyone. I doubt it applies to everyone. But if you're having issues with Bluetooth, make sure to check the obvious, the things that you wouldn't even think of, and go to the Amazon page of whatever product it is and watch their little installation guide video, because that is what basically solidified that, oh hey, there's an actual wire included with my box. And with that said, my name's FireMonkey. If you enjoyed today's YouTube video, consider subscribing and post notifications enabled to never miss an upload. Like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it, and I am out. See you champs and champettes tomorrow with another YouTube video. Peace.